I was just thinking about recessions and how incredibly rough they are on everyone. How did countries even begin to deal with those massive economic downturns way back when?
That's a great question, Brian. I was actually reading something fascinating about what they called the British Financial Revolution.
The financial revolution? What exactly was that? It sounds pretty dramatic, like a big historical turning point.
Well, it was a pivotal period in British history where they completely transformed how they managed the nation's money and its massive debts. Think of it like a country suddenly getting super smart about its finances.
A super smart system for the country's piggy bank. So they just stopped going completely broke every time a big expense came along, or after a recession.
Exactly. Before this era, when the king needed money for a huge war, he'd often borrow from just a few rich individuals, usually at crazy high interest rates. It was very unstable.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine that being a huge and unsustainable problem for any country.
Then, they ingeniously invented institutions like the Bank of England and established a proper national debt system. Instead of one wealthy guy lending to the monarch, thousands of everyday citizens could lend smaller amounts to the government.
Wait, so instead of just a few rich people, everyone essentially bought a tiny piece of the country's debt? Like a government savings bond?
You've absolutely got it, Brian. This made the government's borrowing far more stable, much cheaper, and highly predictable. They could fund massive national projects and fight lengthy wars without constantly teetering on the edge of bankruptcy.
Wow, so they basically figured out how to consistently fund huge national endeavors, even after tough economic times, by getting lots of people to consistently chip in a little. That's groundbreaking.
Precisely. It was a crucial factor in helping Britain become a dominant global economic power. It truly became their systematic way out of constant financial wobbles and crises.
That's actually incredibly clever. I always thought revolutions were just about big battles.
Some are about profoundly changing how money works too, Brian. Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, I totally think I get it now. That's a monumental shift in how a country manages its future.